Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We are Meg and Tiff on tour. This is Tiff, and this video is going to be my top albums of 2016. Most people are doing a top 10 list, but I'm doing a top 16 list because I don't follow the rules, and because it's 2016 and I want to do 16. So I had made this list last night because I was like, man, I should really do my top albums, and I got it to like 23, and I'm like, man, I really don't know how to order these. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get down to it. And then I went through the list and I realized I really didn't give some of these albums enough of a chance to get on my list. So like, I've listened to them and they're great albums. I think there definitely should be on the list, but I neglected them, so I haven't listened to them enough to put them on the list. And so I'm just gonna show those like 6 videos. They're kind of honorable mentions, but here are the albums that I neglected to listen to stupidly, and you deserve to be on my list, but I stupidly neglected you, and I'm sorry, and here's the list. I have an honorable mention, I guess. So My Chemical Romance brought out their Black Parade Living with Ghosts 10-year anniversary thing, and I didn't know how to put this on the list because it's not technically a new album, but it's technically a new album. So I'm putting it as an honorable mention because I would have preferred new music, and that's their fault. So if you had new music, it would have been on the list. Just saying, your album would have made it to my top 16. So I'm gonna start off. I have a top 16. It was really hard for me to pick. I mean, there was a lot of really good albums this year. I thought it was a good year for my kind of music. Yeah, so let's get started. At 16, I have Paradise Fears is Someone Else's Dream. Anytime I get a chance to talk about Paradise Fears, I will, because I love them and I think they need to get more recognition than they do. They're just a really small band out of like South Dakota or something, but I saw them on tour with the Somerset like 5 years ago when I was like just starting college, or like just graduating high school, and I fell in love with them then. They don't do them anymore, but they used to do a bunch of covers on YouTube here, and they were all like amazing. I can link you to like my favorite cover of theirs, but this album that they released this year, Someone Else's Dream, it's just a rework of their Life in Real Time album, which is also great. All of their music is great. If you've never listened to them, do it, please. They're just really great. My number 15 is Panic at the Disco's Death of a Bachelor. I have heard a bunch of mixed reviews about this album. I mean, it's either one of those you love it or you hate it kind of things, but I enjoyed it. I mean, I don't know, I really liked it. My favorite song, I still really love Emperor's New Clothes. Like, I don't know why, but I just still really like that song, and I think the album's great. I mean, I think it's a good collection of songs, and I think it was a good job. My number 14 album is Against the Currents in Our Bones. I think this was a great debut album for them. I love all of their EPs they release. I love all of the covers they do on YouTube. I love them. So I think this album was really great for them. My only criticism is the album cover. I just can't get into it. I don't know, I just don't like it, but that has nothing to do with the music. But anyways, my favorite song right now is Blood Like Gasoline. I don't know why, I just really into that song right now. Me, Megan, and my friend Heidi are seeing them in May with Stage Amps. Megan just saw them and met them. She just posted that video, so go watch that. But I'm really excited to see them. They're really great. And I think this album was really good for them. My number 13 album isn't really an album. It's like an EP and it only has 3 songs on it. But it's the Starting Lines Anyways EP. This released in January of last year, so I kind of almost forgot that it was released this year. And I know it's only 3 songs, but it's a great 3 songs. Like, I love this band, so I really want a whole new full-length album from them, but I think 3 songs was good. Little teaser for me and held me over. At number 12, I have Blink-182's California. I also heard mixed reviews about this album. I liked it a lot. It's not one of my favorite albums of theirs, I will admit that, but I did like it. So, I don't know, I think it was really great. And I think all the songs that they had on the album sounded really great live when I saw them. My favorite song is Los Angeles, I think. I always have a hard time picking favorite songs, but I'm pretty sure that one's mine, because that's the one I listen to the most, so. My number 11 album is Green Day's Revolution Radio. I really enjoyed this album. I thought it was a really great comeback album. I think I've actually heard some people say they didn't like it, and I was like, okay, I must be hearing something, but I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. My favorite song, like I said in one of my vinyl videos, I think I talked about it. I said my favorite song was Still Breathing, and it still is my favorite song, and I think it's going to be for a while. My number 10 album is Pierce the Veil's Misadventures. It took them a couple years to come off an album. This was really much anticipated for me because I loved their Collide with the Sky album. I was so excited. And I really liked this album. I liked it a lot. My favorites are Circles and Dive In. I mean, never ask me why I pick my favorite songs. It's songs I'm just really into. I can never explain why my favorite songs are my favorite. But I really enjoyed this album. I thought it was great, and the album artwork was really cool too. My number 9 album is an album that just came out in November, but I had to put it on my list somewhere because I love them. It's Little Mix's Glory Days. They had a really big gap between their debut album and the Salute album, or they had a really big gap between 2 of their albums. I think it was the Salute and Get Weird album. They had this really big gap, and then all of a sudden they released Get Weird, and all of a sudden like they were releasing this another album, but it's still really good. I love the album. There's not like a bad song on it in my opinion. I really like it. I really love Little Mix. If you don't listen to them, and like you should, their vocals are like, I can't even describe it. They're so good. Oh my god, like even thinking about their, like, I don't even know what to say. Like, they're so great. At number 8, I have Water Parks' Double Dare album. So I just saw them and I had no idea who they were. And then I started listening to them on Spotify, and Megan was listening to them because we were both seeing them, and we were like, wait, this sounds really good. And it sounds a lot like Good Charlotte, weirdly. And I'm really into the album. I think it's so good. It probably would have gotten up higher on my list, but I kind of just started numbering things, and that's where that one ended up. My favorite song right now is Stupid For You. It'll probably change. It kind of changes a lot. Me and Megan are seeing them in March. They're going on their headline tour, and we're going to see them, and we're so excited. At number 7, I have Zayn's Mind of Mine album. This album was like a total flop because people really don't like Zayn, but I like him and I think the album was really great. I mean, I liked it. I had no complaints, I guess. I mean, I thought it was a really good album. I really like TIO, which stands for Take It Off, and I like I Would. I think they're really great songs. I think it's pretty solid album. I'm more into like the first half of the album. Once you get to the second half of the album, I kind of just skip them, and I think there's like one song in between those second half that I like, so I skipped that, and then I skipped to the beginning, and then I listen to the first half again. So I'm kind of like a first half of the album kind of person, but I still really liked it a lot. So at number 6, I have the much anticipated album that I was waiting for years for. It's Somerset's Stories for Monday. I actually forgot this came out this year because I feel like it's been out forever, but it came out at the beginning of the year and like I totally didn't remember that it came out. But I like everything on the album. I have no complaints. I don't know. I have no complaints. It's so great. I love it. I mean, they're a great band. I love them a lot. Check it out if you would like to. I think it's great. At 5, I have Moose Blood's Blush album. This is the first album I've ever listened to by them. I think it's so great. I mean, I also don't have complaints for this one. I don't think there's a bad song on it. It's kind of like weirdly relaxing, and I really like it. My favorite song is Knuckles, but also again that changes a lot. And I think that one has been my top song for the longest, so I'm just going with Knuckles for now. And number 4 is kind of a weird pick that's gonna be probably on nobody's top albums of 2016, but my number 4 is Nick Jonas's Last Year Was Complicated. I honestly didn't think this had a chance of making my list because I didn't really listen to it that much because I didn't have the album and I was like on hold on the library like forever, and then I didn't have the album before the concert when I saw him in the summer, and then I got the album afterwards. But all the albums sounded really, all the songs sounded really great at the concert, and I really liked it. And then within the last month or two, I've been listening to it so often, and there's so many good songs. Like Under You is good, Unhinged, Chainsaw. I mean, I could go on. There's so many good. I mean, The Difference. I mean, I don't even know, like, there's not a bad song on that album. It's so good. I mean, I'm honestly shocked myself it is on my top list of albums this year, because I was like, there's no way that's gonna make it. My number 3 album is Sum 41's 13 Voices. I think this is a really solid album for them. I haven't heard any reviews from other people whether they liked it or not, but I thought it was really good. My favorite song is Fake My Own Death, and probably the rest of the album. I listened to it in full on our way to IKEA in Philly one day, and I just listened to it and I like got to actually listen to it. So I really liked it. I didn't find a bad song on it, and I have the deluxe version, I think, from Target, so I have like acoustic versions of songs, and those are really great too. So finally, my top 2 albums. My number 2 album is the 1975's I Like When You Sleep. For You Is So Beautiful, yet so unaware of it. What a tongue-tied of an album. But I mean, 1975 can't do wrong in my opinion. Everything they do is great. I don't know. Originally I would have said Somebody Else was probably my favorite song, but recently I really am into Loving Someone for some reason. I've been listening to that tons, and I don't know why. I just really been into that song for some reason. But I think this is a really great album. I'm really excited for a new album. I mean, I don't see them releasing a new album anytime soon because they're like touring like crazy right now. But I really, really like it. And finally, my #1 favorite album. Also a shocker that this is my #1 because honestly I didn't think it'd make it there. But my #1 favorite album of 2016 is Ariana Grande's Dangerous Woman. So this is definitely the album on this list that I listen to the most. It is such a good album. Like, I don't know why, but like I can't stop listening to it. Like, I still listen to it to this day. Like, it came out, I think it came out early this year, but I don't remember. But it's so great. And I swear my favorite song is Greedy, and if she neglects Greedy, like, I'll be so upset. But I think it's a great album. It's a really solid album. If her next album is as good as this, then, or better, then I don't know what I'll do. Oh my god, it was so great. But yeah, anyways, that's my top 16 list. I'm sorry I went through this so quick. But, yeah, that's my top 16. That was really hard to do. I don't even know how I did it. Like, I did this last night and I was like, I'm gonna make a video for my top 16 of 2016. I don't know how I did it, but thanks for watching. In the comments, tell me your favorite song of 2016. Thanks for watching. Follow us on all our social media accounts. Tumblr is megantiffontour.tumblr.com. Twitter is mntour, and Instagram is megantiffontour. Thanks for watching. Here's to an even better 2016 was kind of sucky, but here's to a really good 2017. Thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you next year.